Hello, good dear viewers. In today's tutorial, we are going to talk about fractions. In our previous lesson, we have talked about rational numbers, where we said rational numbers are numbers you can express as numerator over the denominator, for which the denominator is not allowed to be equal to 0, because if the denominator is 0, the whole system is said to be undefined. Therefore, fractions are very important in numbers. So what are fractions? A fraction is just a portion out of whole, out of complete. Anything you take, a complete thing, and you remove some portion out of that complete thing, what you have removed is just a fraction of that complete thing. So now let us understand this. We have basically three types of fractions. We have number one, the proper fraction. We have the improper, and the last one we have a mixed number. So let's start with proper fractions. Proper fractions are type of fractions in which the numerator is smaller or less than the denominator. For example, if I have 1 divided by 2, 3 divided by 4, 5 divided by 7, all these are what? Proper fractions. Proper fractions. And when you have the numerator greater than the denominator, we say that type of fraction is what? Improper fraction. We may have 3 divided by 2, for example, 5 divided by 3. We may have 9 divided by 5. All these fractions are improper fractions. Improper fraction. And the last one is the mixed number. A mixed number is just a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. For example, if I have 3 whole number, 1 divided by 2, this is an example. We may have 5, 2 divided by 7. All these are what? Mixed numbers. So how can we understand all this practically? That's what we are going to look onto in this tutorial. Let's begin with the first one, which are what? Proper fractions. All right, the first one, suppose we have a pizza. This is a complete pizza, right? One pizza. One pizza. And I decided to share this pizza to 2 people, for example. So I'm going to partition the pizza into 2 and give it to 2 people. I have the first one here, and I have the second one here. Observe, the pizza is divided into 2. Therefore, the denominator will be equal to 2 in each case. Right? But I am considering only 1. Look at it. I'm taking 1 out of the 2 I have partitioned the pizza into. So I have 1 divided by 2 in each case. So this pizza is 1 divided by 2, which is half. This is also a half. If you join 2 halves together, you're going to get 1, right? So the number to the top, we have 1 divided by 2. The number to the top is called numerator, while the number to the bottom is called denominator. Denominator. And I may decide to partition the pizza into more than 2. For example, if I have a pizza like this, and I decide to partition the pizza into 3 equal parts. After this partition, I decided to take 2 out of 3. You see, we have 3 of them, and I decided to take 2. So I'm taking these 2. So the shaded portion, let me write it here, shaded part. The shaded part is just 2 out of 3. The denominator is just the number of times the pizza has been partitioned. And 2 here refers to the number of portions taken out of the total number of partitions. So we have 2 divided by 3. And you may decide to divide it into many portions. Let me take another one. All these are examples of proper fractions. Let's assume we have a bar like this. This is a bar. And I decided to partition it into 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 5 places. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After this partition, and I decided to take 3. 1, 2, 3, for example. So what I have shaded, the shaded parts. The shaded parts are what? 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. What about the unshaded parts? Unshaded. The unshaded parts, you can see they are just 2, right? Unshaded part. Out of the total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these are examples of proper fractions. So what about improper fractions? For improper fraction is when you have more than one whole. You understand? But of the same kind. Let me give you an example. Suppose I have 3 pizzas. 1, 2, 3. Can you see them? And I decided to partition each pizza into 3 equal parts. After the partition, and I decided to take 2 from here, two parts. And I decided to take 1 here and 1 here. If you calculate the number of portions I have taken are 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I have taken 4 portions out of 3 each. Because each pizza has been divided into 3. And I have taken 2 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So if you calculate the number of portions I have taken, they are 4 in number. Out of 3, 3 determine the number of times that pizza has been partitioned. If you are used to addition of fractions, you can get this one easily because you can see the portion here is what? 2 out of 3. The portion here is just 1 out of 3, and the portion here as well is 1 out of 3. And the rule of addition of fractions stated that if you are adding fractions that have common denominator, you are free to add the numerator separately and take a single denominator, right? So you can see 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4 out of one single denominator. So all this together is what? 4 out of 3, which is an example of what? Improper fraction, when the numerator is greater than the denominator. So what about mixed number? Mixed number is somehow related to improper fraction because improper fraction can be converted into a mixed number, right? Let me show you. Let me use this one as an example to show you that we are going to get something like this. Observe that each pizza has been divided into 3. So for you to get complete pizza, you have to get 3 portions because look at, we have 1, 2 here, right? And we have 1 here. So if you take this one and this one together, it will give you what? A single pizza, 1 pizza. I don't mean all these 2 are 1 pizza, but what you have taken is just a single pizza from these 2 because each pizza here has been divided into 3. And if you can see, according to the picture, 3 portions will make a complete pizza because 1, 2, 3 is a single pizza. So I have taken 2 here and 1 here because they have of the same weight. We have a single pizza. Then we have 1 out of 3 to the end. So if you combine these 2 together, we have 1 complete pizza and also 1 out of 3 of a whole pizza. Together we have 1 over 3, which is a what? Mixed number. This implies that An improper fraction can be also converted into a mixed number. They are somehow related. Mixed number, right? So how can we convert, though we are not into that yet, but I just want to show you that this number can be converted into that 4/3. If you take 3 here, multiply by 1, it will give us 3. You add it to 1, it will be equal to 4. You divide by 3, you have 4/3. So this is the same thing as 4/3. 4/3 pizza is the same thing as 1 pizza and 1/3 of a pizza, right? Because you can count the number of times 3 can go into 4. It's just one time with a remainder of 1. So we have one time with a remainder of 1. So subsequently, we're going to look onto how to convert fractions from decimal back to fractions. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye-bye.